Welcome back to Mr. Maybe. Today, we are looking at the math that proves your life isn't random. Forget coincidence. We are asking, what is chaos? Maybe chaos is just the blueprint of destiny. When you look at the weather, the wind, the storms, the impossible variation, it seems like absolute chaos. Scientists believed for decades that a system this complex must be completely random. They were wrong. They discovered that every chaotic system has a fixed, non negotiable destiny. They found that even though the paths of storms were wildly different, the butterfly effect in action, the system was not free. It was always, every single time, drawn toward a specific, predefined shape called a strange attractor. Think of the attractor as a master blueprint created at the moment the system was born. Your life, your decisions, the weather on Mars, it's all chaotic, but the attractor acts like a magnetic force, pulling all the chaos back into a fixed geometric boundary. If your chaotic system starts at point A, the attractor is sure that no matter how wild your journey, you will never leave the lines drawn on the page. The classic attractor looks like a butterfly, proving that chaos is not random but follows a rigid, repeating pattern. The system is chaotic, yes, but its future path is mathematically confined. It's a terrifying truth. Chaos is simply the messy way a deterministic system fulfills its ultimate predictable shape. If chaos is trapped within a fixed blueprint, then the mixing of things, the feelings of randomness, must also be an illusion. Can we truly reverse the mixing and rewind time? That's next. If chaos has a blueprint, then is the feeling of irreversible change just a lie? We are asking, what is chaos? Maybe chaos is just a time reverser. In your kitchen, mixing something is final. Once you stir cream into coffee, it's done. You can't unstir it. This is based on entropy, the universal law that things naturally trend towards disorder. This law is the foundation of chaos. But what if I told you that in the lab, scientists have proven they can completely and perfectly unmix substances, literally rewinding the consequences of time? The trick involves destroying the conditions for chaos. They used a thick liquid like syrup and injected dye, the color immediately spreading out. Total chaos. But because the liquid was so thick and they moved it so slowly, the system never became truly chaotic. Instead, the layers of syrup just slid past each other perfectly, a state called laminar flow or layered flow. The dye wasn't mixed, it was just perfectly spread out. By turning the container backward the exact same number of rotations, the dye unmixed itself and perfectly reformed into a single drop. This is terrifying. It proves that the chaos you see, the mixing, the disorder, was just a temporary illusion, a perfectly reversible step in the sequence. If every piece of the puzzle is tracked, chaos disappears. If you can rewind it, it was never truly random, it was simply layered, waiting for the rewind button. Chaos can be reversed under the right rules, but what if we start from a position of absolute zero order, like pure, blind chance? Can chaos generate a pattern from nothing? The answer is the universe's secret geometry. That's next. If chaos is a blueprint, can it build itself from pure chance? We are asking, what is chaos? Maybe chaos is just a fractal fingerprint. What is the purest form of randomness? Rolling a dice. It's blind chance, the definition of non-order. So, what if you use that purely random dice roll to determine your destiny? Your next physical step, thousands of times? You'd expect a random blob of dots, right? But mathematicians prove something astonishing, that even though the inputs are purely chaotic, the output is a pattern of infinite order. Here's the experiment. Draw 3 dots on paper. Use the dice to randomly select which dot to move towards. Repeat this process thousands of times, and the resulting image is not a mess. It's the perfect, endless geometric pattern known as the Sierpinski's triangle. The initial position was random. The path was random. The dice roll was random. Yet, the final shape is absolutely guaranteed. This pattern is a fractal, which means a small part of it looks exactly like the whole thing. No matter how much you zoom in, it's a geometric law that creates infinite detail from simple repetition. It's the universe's fingerprint, found in cloud shapes, lightning bolts, and tree branches. It proves that chaos is merely the method the universe uses to express its underlying geometric blueprint. You are free to choose any number on the dice, but the universe guarantees that the overall shape of your life will be this predetermined design. If chaos draws perfect shapes from pure chance, can we harness that hidden order to force things to move together? Can we use chaos to create a collective rhythm? That's what happens next. If chaos has a hidden blueprint, can that blueprint force objects into rhythm? We ask, what is chaos? Maybe chaos is just a sync machine. Imagine a room full of chaos. 20 metronomes, all set to random rhythm, all started at random times. You hear total noise, total anarchy. Where's the order? You wouldn't think order could possibly emerge, but it does, thanks to a principle called emergent order. The order is in the connection. If you set these metronomes on a stable, immovable table, they stay chaotic forever. Their individual chaos reigns. But if you place them on a shared platform, like a wobbly board, something incredible happens. The tiny microscopic vibrations from each metronome, the chaos, begin to influence the platform. The platform then acts as a central organizing force. Slowly, the faster metronomes compromise, the slower ones accelerate, and eventually the entire assembly clicks into perfect, beautiful synchronization. They literally find the collective rhythm and force compliance. This viral experiment proves that individual chaos is secondary to a shared environment. No matter how messy your starting point is, if you enter a system where communication is possible, you will yield to the collective vibration and find order. This is why groups of people, flocks of birds, or even the fireflies in a swamp eventually flash their lights in perfect unison. It's the silent proof that chaos must always yield to the power of the shared beat. Synchronization is a beautiful forced order. But what about the final, most violent form of chaos, turbulence? Can chaos itself be used as a brutal, unpredictable energy source? That's next. We've arrived at the ultimate form of disorder, turbulence, the swirl, the vortex, the hurricane. We ask, what is chaos? Maybe chaos is just a useful swirl. You've been taught that turbulence is your enemy. When a plane shakes or a tornado hits, that is the ultimate chaos. But turbulence is not random destruction, it's a form of highly structured energy. Turbulence is the scientific term for chaotic flow, defined by vortices and eddies, those swirling, chaotic whirlpools you see behind a rock in a stream. They seem random, but they obey precise, complex mathematical rules. In the famous slightly morbid research that won a Nobel Prize, scientists proved that a dead trout could actually move upstream against the current. This sounds impossible. How can a dead fish, without using its muscles, defy the water flow? The answer is the useful swirl. The fish's stiffened body becomes a kind of chaotic sailboat. The turbulent flow created behind the rock, the swirling energy, pushes the dead fish forward while simultaneously pushing the flow away. It uses the chaos of the water flow as its hidden engine. This is physics achieving maximum efficiency. The system's disorder is not wasted, it generates movement and purpose. The next time you face a massive upheaval, a storm, or a confusing trend in life, remember, chaos is not just something to survive, it's a structured energy source, an unpredictable, powerful current that can propel you forward even when you feel completely defeated and paralyzed. The blueprint of destiny, the time reverser, the useful swirl. It forces us to ask, is destiny a Fisk's track, or is it just the most complex mathematical fractal ever created? I'm Mr. Baby. Good night, and may you find the hidden order in your chaos.